All right, so what I did was I widened the shape here. Because I was using fairly dark value color, you can go ahead and take some liberties and do that, and it won't, your pencil lines shouldn't show through very much. They won't be that noticeable at all. Now what I'm going to do is switch to the phthalo green, blue shade, and just put on a few more shadows in the leafy area. I don't need a lot, and if I go too crazy, this is a very dark valued color. If I go too crazy with this, what will happen is it will make the top look like it needs to be darkened, or it'll make the top appear lighter in appearance. So I'm just going to put it on in a few spots. And then reevaluate all of the colors against one another and see if there are any final touches we want to do. I think I'd like to do a wet on wet technique for this section. Because it's a larger section, I can keep it smoother if I wet it first. But I'm putting the water more near the bottom edge of the leaf because I want to keep the top edge quite light. If you find your color is going crazy on you, switch to a smaller brush. The smaller brush can't hold as much pigment and it won't spread out nearly so far. I think I like that, but I would like to soften it a little bit. So I'm just coming in with the damp brush, no more pigment on it. And I'm lifting some of what I just put on there. Okay. When I put the shadow on, I'm thinking that the sun is coming from this direction. There's a bowl underneath the tulip, and so there wouldn't be any way to access light here. There might be a little bit that creeps in from the side, so that's why I offset the shadow a little bit more on that side. Now that I've got the green on, what I'm finding is there's an area in here that I would like further shadow. So I can just grab a little bit more magenta, grab a little bit more magenta, clean my brush, dry some of the water off, and dry more of the water off on the towel, and then tickle it across the edge, and it should spread out onto the tulip. I'm finding that it's lifting some of the red in the layer below, so I can also just add a little bit more Windsor red in there. All right, let's evaluate again. Now that this has darkened up, I'm finding I want just a little bit more in the cup area. Just wanted to add a little bit of shadow, a little bit of additional shadow near the edge of the stem to separate it from the... I'm just wanting to add a little bit of additional shading around the stem so that I can separate it from the petal. In reality, it wouldn't necessarily look like this. I'm using some artistic license to make the dark pop the light. And now that stem stands out a little bit more. It comes forward from that area. I hope you enjoyed painting along with me and that you are seeing some great results. I will see you in the next section.